Hey everyone, and welcome to this explainer. Today, we're unpacking an absolutely incredible compilation called The Stardust Chronicles, 10 Revelations of the Natural World. We're going to be counting down 10 mind-blowing facts about our planet, bizarre biology, and the deep cosmos. And I'm talking about facts that sound so incredibly bizarre, you'd probably think they were totally fake. But I promise you, they are 100% true.
Okay, let's dive into this. What if everything you thought you knew about the timeline of life on Earth, or the sheer raw power of a lightning bolt, or, even the very atoms making up your own body right now, was just completely wrong? We're going to totally recalibrate your perspective today. You'll definitely want to stick with me through this whole countdown, because that final revelation at the end, it is easily the most unbelievable and honestly beautiful fact of the entire bunch. Part 1. Deep time and vast scales. Recalibrating reality.
So, we usually picture ancient Earth as this world completely covered in dense, primeval forests, right? Well, sharks have actually been swimming in Earth's oceans for over 400 million years. Now, think about when the first trees actually appeared on land. That was only about 350 million years ago. That means sharks were already apex predators, just completely ruling the oceans, long before a single tree even existed on the surface of the planet. Crazy, right?
Now, what's really interesting to visualize here is the staggering contrast in cosmic quantities. When we look up at the night sky, it feels like stars are literally the most abundant things in existence. Our Milky Way galaxy contains somewhere between 100 and 400 billion stars. But get this, scientists estimate there are around 3 trillion trees right here on Earth. Our own blue planet has vastly more trees than our entire galaxy has stars. It just completely flips your understanding of scale.
And speaking of scale, let's talk about the absolutely bizarre orbital mechanics of our neighbor, Venus. Venus operates on an incredibly strange schedule. It takes 225 Earth days for Venus to orbit the Sun, which, is its year. But it takes 243 Earth days just to rotate once on its own axis. Because of that incredibly sluggish spin, a single day on Venus actually lasts longer than a whole Venusian year.
Part 2. Bizarre biology and chemistry. Earth's strange nature.
All right, let's bring it from planetary scales back down to Earth. Imagine opening a dark, sealed tomb in ancient Egypt, untouched for over 3 millennia, and finding a snack. Seriously, archaeologists actually found jars of honey inside Egyptian tombs that were over 3,000 years old, and amazingly, it was still perfectly edible. Because of its unique natural chemistry, bacteria simply cannot grow in it. Honey basically never expires. It is the ultimate preservative.
Now, here's a number to consider: millions. You've probably heard bananas contain potassium, right? But what you might not know is that this includes a tiny amount of a naturally radioactive isotope called potassium-40. Does that mean your morning breakfast is dangerous? No, not at all. It's totally harmless. You would literally need to sit down and eat millions of bananas all at once before that radiation ever became an actual medical concern. And this brilliantly illustrates one of the strangest biological loopholes on the planet: the immortal jellyfish. Instead of following the normal one-way street of aging and dying from old age, this creature just skips it. It can actually reverse its own life cycle. When it hits adulthood, it reverts back to its younger stage and just begins growing all over again. Scientists are actively studying this cyclical process right now to better understand the mechanics of human aging. If you want something even more alien, look at the octopus. I mean, not only does blue blood pump through their veins, but it takes 3 separate hearts to do it. 2 of those hearts are dedicated entirely to pumping blood to the gills, while the third handles the rest of the body. And incredibly, that main heart actually takes a break and stops beating entirely whenever the octopus goes for a quick swim. Part 3. Extreme Earth and physics, pushing the boundaries. We've looked at deep time and strange biology, so let's push into extreme physics. When a violent thunderstorm rolls in, we see the flash, we hear the booming crash, but the sheer raw power of lightning, it is hard to fathom. A single lightning bolt can reach a terrifying 30,000 degrees Celsius. That intense, instantaneous heat is actually what superheats the surrounding air so fast that it creates the massive shockwave we hear as thunder. Now, to put that 30,000 degrees into perspective, let's look at our sun. The surface of the sun is only about 5,500 degrees Celsius. Let that sink in. A standard everyday lightning bolt striking right here on Earth is significantly hotter than the surface of our own star. And physics gets even stranger when we look at something as basic as water. We all know water boils into gas when it's hot, freezes into solid ice when it's cold, but under very special, highly precise pressure conditions, water can actually exist as a solid, a liquid, and a gas all at the exact same time. Scientists call this the triple point. It's not a magic trick. It's a very real documented phenomenon where water is literally boiling and freezing simultaneously.
Let's move to Huntsay and see how this builds into our final and most unbelievable revelation. Part 4, the cosmic connection, our place in the universe. This is it, our final revelation, and it is truly profound. Every single atom in your body came from exploding stars. When you hear that, I know, it sounds like a piece of poetic philosophy, but guys, this is literal, hard science. Think about the chemical elements making up your physical form right now. The carbon in your cells, the oxygen filling your lungs, the calcium strengthening your bones, the iron pumping in your blood. These weren't just created out of thin air. They were forged inside the crushing, high-pressure furnaces of ancient stars billions of years ago. When those massive stars eventually died, they exploded in supernovas, scattering those heavy elements across the vast emptiness of space. Eventually, that stellar debris coalesced. It formed our solar system, our Earth, and ultimately, part of you.
So, the crucial point is, in a very real, very physical sense, you are made of stardust. Just let that profound realization sink in for a moment. We aren't just inhabitants living inside a universe. The universe is quite literally living inside of us. We share this deep, elemental, almost emotional connection with the cosmos itself. So, what does this all mean? Which of these incredible facts amazed you the most? From ancient sharks swimming around before trees existed, to the immortal biology of a jellyfish, from water boiling and freezing at the same time, to the ancient stardust running through your very veins. The natural world just never ceases to challenge our understanding. If you found this explainer as fascinating as I did, definitely make sure to subscribe to LearnVerse and turn on those notifications so we can keep exploring the incredible science, history, and mysteries of our reality together. Until next time, I want to leave you with this provocative thought. The next time, or are you the universe finally developing the eyes to look back at a reflection of itself? Keep learning, and I'll see you in the next explainer.